What's up, you guys? It's your boy PJ Woods with the Heady Club. We got a special episode today. I'm right here with my co-host
Jordy P in the building,
and we got the one and only Brother Bern.
yes,
Man, today we're gonna cover a bunch of different things. Everything from the foundation of love, where Brother Bern does a bunch of community work with the youth, and RSO from beginning to end about the plant. Learning about the plant and what it does. Let's get right on into it, Brother Bern. What's up, man? How you been?
What's up, brother? I'm doing good. Thank you guys
Good
for
to see
having me. What's up,
yes,
brother?
sir, my boy.
Brother
Good to have
Bern.
you. Good to have you, my
Thank
boy.
you,
Glad
bro.
you made it today, man. Why don't you just tell the people, man, a little bit about yourself, man? What you do, man? What's the get down with you, man?
Of course, yeah. We could start off with Live to Serve and the Foundation of Love. So, Live to Serve is our private RSO program. We provide RSO to cancer patients. We sponsor them fully. And how that works is we work with farmers and hash brands. They donate the material.
Mhm.
We turn it into RSO and we test it. And then, now we're insured. We got clean, strong medicine. We sponsor cancer patients in need. And there's no fluff. It's just straight to it so that we can ensure that they're getting the help that they need.
That's beautiful,
Hell yeah.
man.
And there's a lot of stigma behind the plant itself and everything like that. So can we get a little bit into on how RSO is made and the whole purpose of Rick Simpson oil? Because Rick Simpson was a great pioneer in the cannabis industry, and he put this cannabis oil out there for the people to use for health benefits. You want to kind of dive into that?
Yeah, of course, brother. So RSO, as you mentioned, Rick Simpson oil. Rick Simpson is a gentleman that made it very popular. Everybody kind of knew about cannabis and the oil, but he was very popular because he was making YouTube videos. And also, a lot of people don't know is at his property, he would have like a drive-through, almost like come through every day. People would be lined up trying to get anything that they can get, 1 gram, 2 grams, anything,
No
because
kidding.
they were hearing about this oil. Yeah, and he was already a senior at the time when he was doing all this stuff. So now he's totally no longer doing that. He's not now just a legend and a respected man for what he's done. So that's who Rick Simpson is, and that's why even though RSO, Rick Simpson oil, is just cannabis oil, people call it Rick Simpson oil because he just pioneered and really put cannabis oil on the map. So cannabis oil, how it's made is it's very simple and straightforward. You use a solvent, a clean solvent, and you get your starting material, which can be nugs, it can be trim. Of course, you want the highest quality material that you can get, but you can use trim. You can use the flower. You can use the whole plant, and you can also use rosin pucks, hash rosin pucks.
That's the way you go about it, right?
Yes, sir. That's one of the ways that we make the RSO. So you get your starting material, you soak it in a solvent, and depending on if you're using rosin pucks or if you're using flour, there's a little more of a sophisticated process to make sure that you're extracting it clean. But for the most part, you're filtering it through, let's say, a 25 micron bag, which for people that don't understand, it's just a very small mesh bag to get all the oil and leave the impurities, in our case, the plant matter behind. So you got everything in there. You got the terpenes, you got the cannabinoids, you got the fats, the lipids, a little bit of chlorophyll, and you now have this solvent solution that has your Rick Simpson oil, cannabis oil. So you go ahead and you evaporate that off, you purge out your solvent, and what's left is your cannabis oil.
Terrific, brother. And for any like farmers or any people out there wanting to help help out the community, how would they be able to go about that, and what would they be able to do to donate to you, pucks, or how would they do that?
Yeah, so what all they got to do is just reach out through our Instagram, live222serve, live to serve.
We'll put that down below.
Yeah, and right now we're actually working on a website so we can be having a more concrete way that people, not only donors, but also the patients, can get their meds and not worry about, pages getting taken down. And then it's like, okay, well, how can I get, a hold of Brother Bern or the team? So, so right now through the Instagram, and we're working on a website as well.
Terrific, man. That's amazing. So you guys heard it. If you guys want to give back any type of way, you got some pucks laying around, Brother Bern's willing to do something good with them. We actually helped out on one of your events. What was it? It was last Christmas, I believe.
Yeah.
Toy drive.
Yeah. what is it?
It's
It was our community Christmas.
Mhm.
It's cool to give a fuck.
Cool to give a fuck.
Wordplay on it's cool to give a fuck. Just being a little. But yeah, so it was fun. It was beautiful. It was beautifully intended, as you guys know. You guys were a part of it.
That was at the world famous Astor Club. That's no longer around in LA no more.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're gonna be back. But big love to Astor Club for opening up their home.
Shout out Astor Club.
More than once. But talking about the community Christmas, we were raising $5,000, so we had a private fundraiser party. We had a lot of goodies. We had a lot of festivities. Everybody enjoyed their time.
It was a great time.
Yes, sir.
I got a hash bowl.
Dude, those were delicious.
Those were fire,
Those were
my
so,
boy. Yes,
bro.
sir.
Yeah, every year now expect those. Big love to everybody that sponsors to make that happen. But yeah, so with that 5,000, we raised the 5,000. Our original goal was 750 toys. We broke over 1,000 toys. So all through the cannabis community, all through everybody just coming together and showing love. So bro, man. I appreciate you guys. You guys
you lead the way. We're gonna follow in all the
that's really like something unique that you do, man, is you always incorporate the community, the cannabis community, to do these foundation events that are for like children and people in need. I think that's really beautiful how you can bring the two together in one place, and it works, bro. Every time we gone to your events, bro, it's been nothing but genuine vibes when we're there, bro. So just keep killing it and doing what you're doing.
I really appreciate that part of me, and I really appreciate that. And something that I can even touch on while we're on the subject is, nobody's ignorant to the fact that there's some people that have hosted events. We don't have to talk about any names because I don't think of any off the top of my head. It's just in general, we've heard many stories of great brands donating their material, donating jars or drinks or this or that, and their intention was to hook people up. Yeah. And then people keep them or they sell them or this or that, and it takes away from the experience. That's a big issue. So I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I give all praise to God that I don't let any temptation, I don't fall to temptation, and anytime we have extra, it goes to the events, and that's why that intention is there. I do my best to that everyone that's involved, you guys, every single person that is involved, from the camera people to the food and all the
appreciate
donors.
it. We see it.
It's big love. So I appreciate you guys having that energy, bro.
Thank you. And I understand you just ran, what was the backpack drive you just did? Yeah. And you're about to give the backpacks away, actually, right?
Yeah, this Thursday the 24th.
This Thursday the 24th. And where's that going to be at? For the people. Well, no, you're good.
Yeah, so that's going to be at the Strata Courts Boys and Girls Club right there in Boyle Heights. Yeah, so that's where we've been doing our events the past 5 years.
That's a great place. Yeah, it's a great place to do some community work right there.
Heck yeah, brother. Yeah. Pardon me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Estrada Courts is one of the lowest income areas of Los Angeles. So, with the attention of us, since we started off small, we wanted to just stretch our dollar. And right there, it's like it's different ethnic groups, and it's one of the lowest income areas of Los Angeles. So it's a blessing to serve there, and it's beautiful.
Definitely impacting a lot of people, helping a lot of people out that need it, man. There's a lot of people that can't even get the simple things, like you said, a backpack. You know what I mean?
Appreciate that, yeah.
So you guys are going to be giving out backpacks with some goodies in there for the kids?
Yeah, 600 of them.
Man, that's amazing. 600 backpacks, you guys. Shout out Foundation of Love. Shout out brother Bern, putting in tons of work. Do you guys have any other events coming up after this that the people can also know about?
Yeah, so everybody can get geared up for the community Christmas. We're going to have our 6th annual, and that's going to be awesome. That's going to be in December.
Yep.
So
at the Lifted Veil Gallery, correct?
Yeah, it's going to be at the Lifted Veil Gallery for the fundraiser party, and then the actual toy giveaway will be at the Estrada Courts Boys and Girls Club.
Of course. Yeah. Amazing. You guys stay tuned for that one. You guys could give back to that one. It's not too late. It's always cool to shoot some toys to some kids in need, man. Right?
Heck yeah, brother.
Put some smiles on some faces, right?
Oh yeah, and have a good old time too. The fundraiser parties, the people are catching wind. The fun is very much there, and the festivities are high. So come on down, let's do it. Let's make an impact and have a great time.
Stay tuned. Another question is just like, how did this all start? Like, how did this RSO start for you? What inspired you to start doing these fundraisers, these drives that you do? Like, what started it all for you?
Yeah, did cancer touch your life in any way that may have sparked this? Or?
Yeah, actually, when I was 9 years old, I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, stage 2.
Okay.
And
wow.
Yeah, I can keep it brief so you can like ask questions at different parts, because you originally asked how did the RSO program come about, and it absolutely did start with the cancer, but just to keep it short and then to dissect it from, I had cancer at 9. Thank God I was in remission within 6 months, and through that I did smoke one time. Okay. And yeah, that was through an interesting experience.
How was that experience?
That I didn't even know that it was weed.
How did you smoke it? Like, what did you smoke out of? Like, what was that?
I'm pretty certain it was a pipe, because like, bro, I don't remember. It was either a can or a pipe, because bro, think about it, 9 years old, being high on weed. Bro, I don't.
It was definitely a new
I was in and out of of a flow, but nonetheless, yeah. So my brother had me smoking. He was like, excuse me.
Yeah.
He's like, look, bro, because I'm 9 years old, obviously he doesn't want to get his ass whipped. Yeah. So he's like, look, bro, he's like, I got this Indian medicine. And how it all started was, since I was on the chemo, I was at home and I went from being a super high energy, like I'd be the one working, like always trying to do something. And I'm just in my bed, and my brother didn't like that. So he was like, hey man, like I got this Indian medicine, and my parents were always at work, the 9-to-5 grind. So there was nobody home. And he's like, I got this Indian medicine, and I know that you have to smoke it, but you can't tell mom because she'll whip my ass because you smoked it. But it's Indian medicine and it's gonna help you. And he has Native American family, so I just ate some of my. And at the same time, I'm not gonna question, like, I gotta smoke my medicine. Hey,
it's gonna help me. Hey, it's gonna help me. Fuck it, right?
So, dude, we ended up smoking this Indian medicine, and I got high, dude, and it was beautiful. My nausea went away. I went and we rode bikes. At the time, we were living in Victorville, so dude, people would just build ramps on the side of the fucking street, bro. It was so awesome, bro.
I used to live out there too, so
bro, dude. So, I freaking busted my nuts, like trying to do a sick jump. Like I had a blast, even though that like hurt. I'm like, oh my God, I feel so alive. And then like I couldn't hold food up because of the nausea. So we go back home, and my sister warmed up some Stouffer's lasagna. She had salad too. And bro, I tore it up. And like I didn't throw up, and I was just like, that was a non-biased experience of this medicine, of this cannabis, which was Indian medicine, what I thought. So that's what really sparked. I had that non-biased experience. I still didn't know it was weed. So thank God, remission within 6 months. Fast forward, my brother, he's like, my mom finds his stash, and she's just whipping his ass, she's like, like, get out of the house, and
that's my medicine, mom.
Like, oh my gosh, like what?
You were freaking out probably too then, huh? When you saw that, you were like, oh shit, like...
I was like, whoa. And she's crying, he leaves outside, whatever, he goes outside to cool off. And then my mom, she's crying, and she throws the weed at the end of the bed, and she's like, if you ever want to break my heart, smoke that shit. And I'm just like, damn, that's the Indian medicine. And I found out, like, oh dang, that's weed. It was weed. And then so like I'm 13, 14 years old, and now I'm like Googling like
Indian medicine.
Indian medicine, like cannabis is healthy, cannabis cancer.
Trying to come up with like a good reason why that was all like a good thing, right?
So and that's then crazy. And it wasn't hard, because especially back then, like I feel like that was when there was a lot more content that was like original. I don't know what I mean is like,
I get what you say. It was
more authentic. No. Like we had like, now it's like shit's AI and shit like that. You know what I mean? But it's like back then on the internet, shit.
You could find some crazy stuff on the internet back then. You can find fools chopping their heads off and shit.
Yeah, dude. It was gnarly.
My boy was watching some crazy shit.
Oh, my bad. You guys didn't see that? Oh, my bad.
Hey, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I'm sure a lot of us, like, we're wild,
Yeah.
It struck our curiosity. I did watch that. I watched police brutality videos, not because I wanted to see people get hurt, but because it would hurt my heart. I'd be like, this is so jacked up. Like, we need justice. So I'd be in my room like, I'm gonna become Batman. But I was like, man, I started to find out about this cannabinoid stuff. No, that was like later on, but I'm 13 years old.
Searching this stuff up.
And I found out about the endocannabinoid system because I'm Googling like, oh, cannabis is healthy, this, that, and I find out about the endocannabinoid system. And, for, the audience that doesn't know, the endocannabinoid system, it regulates most of our body's functions.
Yeah.
So our sleep schedule, our emotions, a lot of different things. Are those receptors strictly respond only to cannabinoids, over 70%. So I find out all this stuff and I'm like, dang, that's how it helped me. And that non-biased experience helped me realize, like, man, like, this is actually a medicine. Yeah, it was cool to smoke it, you know, and like things, but because it really helped me at such a young age, it just it shatters reality, because you're like, why do all of these kids have to die? Why did all of this money? My parents went bankrupt. So, you know, I'll leave it there because I know that you guys probably, like, you know, it's striking some curiosity in different ways, but, and we can get down to how the cannabis thing started, but if you have any questions regarding that, I know it's a lot to take in, so, you know, I'm gonna spark this back up.
That's what's up, man.
On, bro. I think you were definitely like
so like where were you living at and stuff when all this was going on? You had to be 13.
So you were searching all this up. By what time did you start really getting into it? Like you know, obviously starting to try to make your own medicine, to say at least. When did that all occur? Yeah.
So just to, you know, for a refresher on the timeline, 9 years old, diagnosed, cured at 10, because I was right before my 10th birthday. And around 13 or 14, that's when I found out about the endocannabinoid system because of mom. You know, shout out to mama. Love you, mom. Yeah. And then I'm now, I'm like 18, 21 years old. Between 18 and 21, I was a bartender, and like I always wanted to still like be a master grower. Back then, master grower was a respected thing, you know. Jorge Cervantes and different people.
What were you a bartender at back then?
ECC, East Canada Collective. Yeah, dude, the best shop ever.
Nice.
Yeah, shout out to
was
the
that
boss. That was over there in Fullerton.
Oh, Fullerton.
Yeah, I was in Fullerton. This was back in the day, bro. Like, so I'm 27 now, so this is back when it was the end of the great days of that era, you know. So you guys know what's up.
Fullerton, Anaheim, Garden Grove,
first
Santa Ana, it was cracking. 5 gram deals everywhere.
Yeah, dude, and that was their special, bro. Like, they had 5 grams for 50, and it was like all day, every day, and it was like the best of the best, bro. And the management was great, dude. The boss, shout out to the boss. I don't mean to get into that too much, but it's like that, dude. He's a G. Knowing how the world is now, he was a real man. That's a real boss right there. That
it's definitely helped you gain some experience into everything, you know, starting everything off for you, your early stages, right? You know,
the Prop 215 era, basically, right?
Yeah, it was still during that time, and my mom going into the RSO now, like how I got now moving into that. My mom, she was starting to get migraines, and she hated weed still, even though like she understood kind of. I would like try to tell her about it. She's like, "Yeah, that's cool, but I don't need it." You know, and she was about to pay like, I think it was $1,000 a month copay for migraine medicine. Wow. And in my head, I'm all paranoid. I'm like, man, my mom can afford this. Thank God at the time. But I was like, that's such a crazy amount of money.
Unnecessary too. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just for some migraine pills. And I knew that I you know how it is. You know, it helps one thing, but it messes up 10 other. So I tell her, this was when CBD was like super popular. And I tell her, like, look, mom, I was like, we got CBD at the store. I was like, there's no THC, so there's no high. I was like, it's gonna help your migraines. Before you start taking those migraine pills, please, I'm gonna buy it for you. Just try the CBD oil stuff. And I didn't even really have much experience with it. I just knew that it was good. People really liked it. So and I knew how it worked. So she tries the CBD oil, and dude, like, it helps her. And just to fast forward it, she it was too expensive where I worked. So, you know, we outsourced with friends, and we're like, hey, you know who got the CBD oil? And there was a guy that she was getting it from. At the time, not everybody was making CBD oil. So it was a great price. It was consistent. And unfortunately, he stopped doing his thing. And my mom was like, oh, son, like, you know, like you should do this. I forgot how it went, but my mom was like, my mom, she was like, you know, she was
came around, huh?
So I started a brand called Soul CBD. And like I formulated all my products, my drops, my whipped body butters. I did massage oils too.
No kidding, because CBD was huge for a minute, like super huge.
For people that didn't want to feel high.
There was shops, like
whole shops.
You know, there was whole CBD shops. You know what I mean?
There was definitely a movement of the shops popping up, and you know.
Yeah, and so I started my CBD business, and Soul CBD was doing great. And I always had the intention of doing things right, doing things within like the legal standards. Even now, we're doing everything within the book, and we're gifting the oil.
Yep.
And so I wanted to start a CBD business. I knew I should be doing RSO, but I knew that wasn't legal.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, because this is a business. I'm selling this stuff. I'm not giving it away.
Yeah.
So with the CBD products, that's what I was making, and over time it was kind of like something I was going against the grain. The universe was literally calling me to make RSO. So I was still only making CBD products. My mom or other people started to inquire for RSO, just asking because they're cancer. And I was buying it off of people and just like making sure like whatever I paid for it, they would cover it. And just like, hey, I just want to get them taken care of. Yeah. And so I end up like that got too expensive. So I really wanted to start like the RSO program thing, kind of, at least this was like, I didn't know that I wanted to do it yet, but I knew that this was expensive to just be buying it. So I had to make it.
You had to figure something out.
Yeah. And I was too scared to make it at the time. I was like, no, dude, like extract solvents. Like, no, I'm not going to blow myself up. Cause I'm over here thinking like BHO.
Shatter back there.
I'm over here thinking like it's going to be like that, but it's a complete different setup. So I outsourced the work and the labor. I connect with this farmer, and I get the flour from him, and he also makes the oil. This guy beats me over the head for the price, not only on the flour but on the extraction. It ends up being like $40 a gram at cost, and it was supposed to be cheaper. It's because this guy he like totally like gypped me,
hit you over the head with
he hit me over the head on the price, and he ended up like keeping some. I know this, but
that's how it goes with a lot of stuff in the business. You know how it is. If you don't know somebody, like if they're not your actual friends and you can trust it, you have to build a relationship with someone before you can do something like that. Now I guess.
Yeah, right? Hey, what's funny though? How the universe is beautiful, because you're right. And he told me through it all, because I was already getting to the end. Through it all, because I was starting to smell that something was fishy. He told me in the midst of it all, because I was so naive, that he told me, and that's how I figured out what that word really meant. He's like, you're so naive, because he was literally robbing me blind.
No way.
Yeah, he was like, that's crazy. He's like, so bottom line, so that happens. To top the cherry, this guy, I get my oil, right? And I'm going straight to my mom, because I'm like, I'm gonna hook my mom up. I'm gonna make her pomadas. Dude, I taste the oil just because I'm like, this shit's so runny. I know it's a hot LA day, but it's like, it should be thick. So I taste it, and dude, it burns the hell out of my mouth. It wasn't fully extracted properly.
No way.
So not only did he beat me over the head, but he didn't even extract it properly. It was such a terrible taste. I had to grab a mint from the floor that I remember that I dropped from the day before, and I ate that floor mint because I'm on the freeway. I can't stop. I'm like, I'm not gonna stop on the freeway with this oil. So I'm like, man, and I'm just like, oh, thank God for that mint, And I'm like, it was so disgusting. I go to my mom and I'm like, Mom, look at this guy did, And she got so pissed off, and she's like, son, you need to just make the oil already. She's like, you make all these different products. She's like, you're over there making these whipped body butter creams. You can't make a simple black oil. She's like, it looks like poo. And I'm just like, my mom, she tore me a new one. I'm like, you know what? Like, I do. And so I learned to make it myself. I watched a video on YouTube. It's still there, and it's literally Rick Simpson showing you how to make RSO in the most simplest, most affordable way.
You did not YouTube this.
I YouTube it, bro. YouTube tech, I'm a chemist, certified chemist from
you can use YouTube for anything right there,
YouTube University.
That's what's up, bro. Hey, that's how some of the best people do it, man. You just watch and you learn, and it's that trial by error, and it's that want to really make that change. And you really wanted to make a change in your mom's life and everyone's life, and that drove you to really excel and do this on your own at such a high level now, to where you got it down to where you're giving this out to everybody who needs it, man. It's really great to see.
Look where it's taking you. You know what I mean? A lot of cool places. I'm sure you've been a lot of places because of this medicine.
Yeah, a whole lot of beautiful places in Northern California, and the trust that you have to have. It has to be organic. And
how is that, like, working with farmers and stuff? And I know you're from up there now. You've moved out there. how is it working with the farmer, and like what do you have to do to gain a farmer's trust? You know, how is that like?
Really, nowadays, you know, it's all referrals, it's all trust, and of course that's your question.
Yeah.
But I fit with, it's a combination for me, because trust is built different. It's all different scenarios.
Of course.
In this particular one, the fact that I do what I do, and since we've been doing it consistently for over 5 years now, and there's nothing that no one can say. I've never done anyone wrong. I've never done anything silly. I've always have stood on integrity. So that, plus now we have so many different people that are talking about us, big farmers, big brands, and influential community members. Since they're talking about us now, it's just those two things are the ultimate thing that really allows me to be embraced in the whole entirety of the community.
That's terrific, man.
Yeah.
And how long has the Live to Serve program been around?
So our first in 2020, October of 2020, we sponsored our first cancer patient. Yeah.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
That's terrific. You got a bunch of testimonials I've seen. How many patients do you think you've helped over the years, man? Do you have like a possible number, or
Hundreds,
hundreds, right?
hundreds,
If not thousands already, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
thousands.
I know
probably.
you've also helped a lot of other people with arthritis. And what types of things does Rick Simpson oil help people with?
Oh goodness! So as we've spoken about, it helps with cancer,
Okay.
and it helps with. How it can help with, going back to highlighting the endocannabinoid system, is because it's putting the body in homeostasis. It's encouraging the body to be in homeostasis. And homeostasis is a fancy word of just optimal functioning. So if you have back pain, you know, you're consuming these cannabinoids, your body is producing cannabinoids and sending signals to heal your back. Now that you're using something that's natural, it's basically like a training wheel to give you that assistance, or a crane, so to speak. And that's allowing your body to help. So from cancer, skin issues, eczema, we have seizures that it helps with. Seizures is even more, and I have to address this because seizures, because it's a brain thing, and you can get seizures. You can be born with them, or you can get a brain injury that causes you to get seizures. So some people, they've had terrible experience with RSO. There's people that completely have stopped their seizure meds, pardon me, and they haven't had a seizure since starting the RSO. And then there's people in between that have taken RSO, and it's like up and down. It's like, hey, I have a lot less seizures, but I'm still trying to figure it out. So it helps with that. It helps with regulating your mood. You know, if you have anxiety, it's beautiful. And we even make a lower dose, a 1-to-1 RSO to CBD ratio for pets, and it helps with them too. From the so cancer, they're you know, if they have joint issues, it's like giving them a whole nother life. So there's so many things that RSO can be used for, and that we've seen it help. It's a miracle, and it's a beautiful thing to witness. It's honestly.
And how do people digest it? How do people have to smoke this? For the viewers out there, how would they ingest this, or take this? What are the best methods you would say, from the man himself?
So the best method, pardon me, and this is
Am I about to interrupt? And there is like a schedule, right? There's also a schedule.
Like a protocol? Yeah, for cancer patients. So for anything aside from, so just talking about cancer, and anybody that's never tried RSO, you start off with a little quarter rice grain, and we send people the pictures. We show them exactly what that looks like, and that's a great starting dose for anybody, whether if you have cancer or not, because you're going to experience it. If it is a little too strong, it won't be strong enough to where you're panicking or you get crazy uncontrollable munchies. It's more so like, oh, I'm going to go just relax now. And if you're someone that it doesn't affect at all, you're going to be like, oh, now I can double my dose. The whole point is for you to get familiar with the oil, see that it's not so scary, and then building comfort with it. You start from that quarter rice grain for the cancer patient, and you follow a calendar, and you're essentially consuming 60 grams within 90 days.
And you could put that on like a cookie or a cracker.
Yeah, a cracker.
What do you suggest? Right?
So now, thank you.
My bad.
No worries. These are great questions. So following up with how to the dose and protocol for cancer patients. Now the best method to consume it, if you're going to consume it orally, the best method is to consume it in a carrier oil, and that can be like avocado oil, it could be coconut oil, MCT oil, which is liquid coconut oil. And the reason that is because the oil is so thick, and it's like it's tar, right? It's like a thick tar almost. It's a resin.
Yeah.
So your stomach acids and everything, it's gonna take a lot of work to break it down and turn it into actually something that it can digest. And take in.
So endo system,
into the endocannabinoid system, carry it on. So if you just eat the RSO raw like that, let's just say theoretically you're gonna get like 30%, 40%, maybe 50%. Okay. You consume a gram, you get half of it. It's still going to help you, but you get half of that benefit. Whenever you have it in the oil, it doubles or almost triples that bioavailability because it's pre-digested. And because it's already pre-digested, it allows your body to just take it in and digest it in a much faster rate. Aside from that, because it's in a healthy fat, that's another plus because it needs fats to carry on and stick. That's why they say, eat a meal before you eat an edible, or eat it with like something fat. That's the reason. So
see, that's important information that a lot of people don't know, that they need to know, of course, because if they don't know.
Let's take a break. Hey guys, special shout out to our sponsor, Crafted Strains Delivery Service in Long Beach. Delivered us some fire flour and some fire hash today. What do you think about that? What do you think about that, Brother Bern?
Smells very good.
Yes, sir, that's
Brother
a new drop right there.
Have a dab?
Yeah. Go ahead, man. Help yourself, man. Here,
shout
here's
out
a
Crafted
stick.
Strains. Make sure you call them. Check out that menu. It's stacked right now.
Yes, sir. Fire only.
Let's get back into this episode.
Yes, sir. But yeah, I think it's really important, like how you're talking about how to consume it, because a lot of people wouldn't know just stuff like that to help with the effectiveness and help with the process of obviously the benefits are. So you want the full benefits, of course, man. And I think that's really dope that you just explain it that way.
There are other ways that you do that people can take it, like massage oils and whatnot, right?
Yeah, you can apply it topically. We have massage oils for people that that aren't really trying to feel the high. We have suppository kits, and we literally make it to where you just melt the solution.
Jordy,
and
please jump for that.
No, but you guys are funny. But yeah, it's not recommended just based on research, on a lot of research.
No, but it's on a serious note.
Yeah.
On a serious note, people can take suppositories, and they do really hit you better, and they will, right? They're better.
Like we said, there's different methods to everything in this medicine, so it's cool.
Yeah, if we're really going to talk about it, because I want people to be informed. Yeah. So whenever you do suppositories and you don't want to feel it, you just put it like at the very beginning of your anus. We're just being mature right now, like, and then whenever you want to feel the suppository, right? Because the people, most of their intention is to not feel it and get the benefit. Yeah. You put it up a little bit more, and that's what allows the body to feel it. That's based on science. That's how it works. Just so you guys
know. Yeah, for a suppository.
People, we've had to learn that because people are like, "Oh my God, I was higher than I've ever."
Yeah. People come and ask for it. People ask for it in the shops and stuff.
Yeah. No, for sure. And one thing I wanted to share too, talking about dosing for the people that can know, we don't just provide RSO as well. We, beyond the dosing, people reach out to us. We're going to get you on a regimen that's best for you, and we're going to be there for you, just like how we're going to ensure that your first experience isn't overwhelming. We're going to make sure that you're there along the way. As mentioned, we have calendars, we have pictures. We literally have like a 24/7 like team in your corner. So
it's like experience, like you guys are like experienced in this medicine, like experienced doctors in a way, you know what I mean? You guys are helping people, like you said, your patients with all this information. So, do you guys, so like you said, it's different for every person. So you guys had different calendars for cancer patients, then different calendars for other various diseases and things like that.
So for the various diseases, it all depends, because it's not like one size fits all.
Yeah.
For the cancer protocol, it is because you're eating as much RSO as you can in the shortest amount of time.
Because you need to shrink cancer and stuff like that. Yeah.
So, say for example, if you have anxiety, you're not going to want to take a quarter rice grain will have you pretty medicated.
Yeah.
So you can take 10 milligrams, 20 milligrams, and that should have you okay. But also, everybody's body chemistry is different. So what helps you with your anxiety and function? Someone might need 100 milligrams. That would have me in like I'm antisocial after 50 milligrams. But yeah, so that
it just varies, like you said, on the person.
Different. And, people seek out and like, oh, I need RSO, I have cancer. It's like, well, why don't we educate and spread awareness to take these maintenance doses? And it's not like you have to consume it every day, but once a week, once every few days, and ensure that we're killing off any types of
getting
cancer
your
cells.
System,
getting that little boost, just like all these fancy terms, superfoods, this, that. It's like cannabis is technically a superfood. If the definition of a superfood, in which it's like a plant that provides, it's very high in nutritional value, more concentrated than the average plant. Cannabis is most definitely a superfood. So I definitely, that's the awareness, and that's the public perception that we want to bring, and that's why I appreciate you guys bringing us on today, because we're enjoying the different ways of cannabis, but we're talking about it and breaking that stigma. We're spreading awareness and getting this information to different communities and different audiences.
We're kind of talking about that a little bit earlier, that the stigma was created back then by the government, that like reefer madness era, where they wanted to get rid of the hemp industry and stuff. And we talked about how the whole gas industry, coal, everything was, from paper, wood, the wood industry, the timber industry. But with all that being said, I know you're also kind of religious and stuff as well. How do you think people feel like from like in the church, because I know you go to church and stuff, how do people in church and stuff feel about this being used to heal people, because like we said, we're not always just smoking it. We do smoke, and we do smoke here and there, we do love to smoke, but we also spread awareness and we use the plant in other ways. What do people feel like that? Because I'm not too much around that.
No, absolutely. At face, most religious people will absolutely look down on cannabis, and most definitely family members that were religious or not. I'm not all of them, but a good amount of them. When I was doing what I did, it was like, it was definitely
frowned upon.
It was frowned upon, and they absolutely looked down on it. And going back to the religious aspect, I think a word that people go to church and they're impacted by stories and testimonies. So I have a very important role because I'm Brother Bern, and although we have fun, I have to uphold and respect and show people the power of this plant. So my testimony and the way that I carry on with the plant and how I respect the oil and how I preach and how I even tell Jordy P right now, like, we don't need to be eating RSO every day. We shouldn't be smoking every day, respectfully. But at the end of the day, it's like, this is where we're at. And that's the thing, is like, those little things have to be said, not shouted to the rooftops, but just RSO alone, the whole point is to be so healthy that you don't even need it. So that testimony and them understanding that I'm not just like, it's like a shortcut or like a low blow to be able to be like, oh, we need this as medicine, and then it's like, okay, let's get high all day and I'm not doing nothing. You know what I mean? Hey mom, we got some food or what? It's like, no, like we're making big changes. We're doing big things for our community. Every year we're doubling up with the impact that we make. We're connecting with beautiful people. So through that testimony, I'm able to break the stigma, and once again, in a different community, in a different audience, they're going to receive this message and be more open to it, because they see, wow, the impact on the testimonies of the healing, but also the testimony of the person that's driving the boat, and
it's real life. It's not, we're really out there figuring out if these things work or not. There's not like laboratories out there doing the research you're doing. You're actually helping people out who are really sick, and you're doing your own trials with medicine. It's not like you're over there giving them crazy stuff,
too, like
but you're dosing them. You're dosing them with medicine and figuring it out. And I commend you for that, man. It's I know it probably takes a lot of energy out of yourself, to constantly be giving back in every way, man. You know, so we give you a big round of applause over here at the Heady Club.
Appreciate that, bro.
Hell yeah, man.
That means a lot, brother. And yeah, like that's like my hard work, because it's fun. Think about it, giving away RSO for free. So the hard work is, making the oil. The hard work is dealing with the emotions. And I feel that as a man, as a brother, brother Bern,
Yeah.
I really do my best to live up to that name, to be there for people, because I know that I'm blessed. I'm blessed with a good life, even though it's not like easy. I'm not saying it is, but I can't run away from those things. Even how I shared with you guys a bit, the brother I had a conversation with on my way here, I let him express, and then I rocked back in. I put on some rock and roll, because we're gonna get back on the vibe.
Yeah.
Like, God, thank you for letting me hold space for the brother. Let's get back in it. And even going back to the prostate cancer patient, because you guys had mentioned something. It's ready.
You do it. No, you do it.
Let's do a little break real quick. A little.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
1 second. That's ready?
Yes, sir. Going on that craft the strains right there, my boy. Sorry to cut you off, but your dab is ready, sir.
Jordy,
Oh, yeah.
that one's too.
It's That's 580. That's 580. What do you take them at?
Excuse me, pardon me.
What do you take them at usually?
490. Psych.
No, that was great. That was just some fire. That's tough smoke, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like
That's not RSO right there. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that was very good. Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
So we were talking about the testimonies.
yeah,
and,
yeah.
I want to highlight that prostate cancer patient, because going back to people now I embrace, like, if anyone has a question, I can share these testimonies like this brother I'm about to share, and then it's like, okay, they're gonna drop their guard and be receptive to it. Because this is real life. People have been trying. People relied on the medical system. Like this gentleman, diagnosed in September of 2023. His PSA, which is just a number indicator, that's very bad. That's like, yeah, you got cancer, brother. Respectfully.
Yeah, my dad just going through it too, so I understand. But for the people,
prayers, yeah. No worries. And so that was September of 2023. The treatment wasn't stable, and they were doing the modern medicine, and then he stopped taking that. He stopped taking, the chemo and the radiation, and he only used RSO December of 2024. We're now in 2025 in July, at the end of July, and his PSA is under 1, and he hasn't had any modern medicine since December of 2024.
No way. That's amazing.
Living proof right there.
Living proof, and he's an older gentleman. He's a senior, and I just give all praise to the oil, and they do too. Him and his wife, we had a conversation, and it was so beautiful. They were extending their gratitude. So, shout out to even Nature Jab. I'm sure you guys saw the African brother on Instagram. Dude, he's getting down, bro, with the biodiesel.
Yep.
And that's what we want to do as well. Before I even met him, a shout out to him, because he's doing it. I'm not even like, oh, I thought about it first. He's doing it. I'm just saying, like, I heard about it. It's pyrolysis, and that's essentially turning fuel, turning plastic into fuel.
Wow.
Right? Because, like, nylon, for example, that's the material that they use for pressing hash rosin, right? Nylon can't be recycled. It goes in the landfill, and it's going to stay there for years.
Yeah.
But nylon can be turned into a biofuel. And so right now, since we're getting bigger, I want to have a pool, and I want to buy our own machine. So all of those pucks that we've used to make RSO, we still have them. We have big bags of them, so many. Turn it into biofuel, and then hook up a farmer like, hey, community, which up and coming farmer that uses generators or whatever, that they could use the biofuel. Who are we gonna bless this month, or who are we gonna bless this quarter?
Fire.
And just just getting more eco-friendly.
Another way of just giving back,
Yeah, keeping the circle tight and giving back to the farmers too, because we wouldn't be anything without the farmers, without the hash makers. So yeah, we definitely want to do our best to reciprocate and keep that circle tight, because it's harder than ever. You guys know what's up, with that aspect of the community.
Yeah, no, we try our best, at the events, to give back to the vendors, or the homies too, so anyone doing anything good in the community, we know what's up, man. It's not easy to make it in this industry, and to be doing what you've done for such a long time. you know, it proves that the movement can't be stopped and it won't be stopped. And you know what I'm saying?
I think it just proves though that you are doing something that truly is good, you know, because it's still, you're still doing it consistently through life. Something positive like that is just carrying you on in life, you know. I think it's beautiful you get those experiences, like you said, the lady and her husband calling you. Those are irreplaceable experiences, you know, you're not gonna get. So I think that's the whole reason why, you know, it works, you know.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, guys. Heck yeah. And I appreciate you guys being a part of it. All the love that you guys extended. That's why I even expressed to Mr. Louis, too. I was like, man, bro, like, I know that, like, you know, you guys gave so much for that event. Like, you guys went so hard. And those types of things don't go... those things go acknowledged around me.
Yeah.
And I just, that's why I continue to do my best. And you guys know it's all genuine love, but I ask God, like, not every day, but whenever I see you guys, I'm like, God, I'm thankful. Like, you're gonna put me in a position one day and I'm gonna bless the brothers. It's always love, but you know, we're gonna have to have a barbecue for the craft team. You know what I mean?
It's always the best energy with you, brother. You always output the best energy. People love to be around you. You got a lot of dope events coming up. So once again, let's let the people know what events you have coming up and where can they find Brother Bern.
So you guys can find us on Instagram, live to serve, live 222 serve, and we're gonna be for our RSO program that's 24/7 365, and for the Foundation of Love, foundation.of.love, Foundation of Love with a period in between the 3 words. So yeah, and then right there, that's our nonprofit event for the kids, nonprofit program for the kids. And every year right now we have 2 events that are annual events. We have our back to school event, which we're going to be doing this Thursday, the 24th. And then we have our community Christmas, which is at the end of the year. During December, we give out toys. So yeah, as the mission continues to grow, you know, just a little inside scoop, we want to have what is inspired by the Boys and Girls Club back in the day. And that's called the House of Love. You know, I want to have a place that is our building that kids can come, get free tutoring, get trade classes, you know, start off with tutoring, because there's a lot that I want to do, but to simply offer tutoring in the hood, you know, where the kids need it most, and they're going to get treated with love and respect, and you know, it's that's one major thing that I want to accomplish. And I feel now that we're stepping into our 6th year at the end of this year doing the service for the kids, we're going to be able to knock it out. So yeah, we've gotten a lot of big help and with the awareness. So yeah, that's what we're striving for next, you know, taking it to the next level for the kids.
We can't wait to see that, man. Do you have like a certain area you're going to aim to do that in, or is that like another Estrada Courts type thing, or?
Yeah, I think for sure in the Boyle Heights community around there, and it would be open to everyone. And I eventually would like to do them all throughout LA, have a House of Love, you know, within a certain frame, and we can have a whole bus route, you know, you know, to pick kids up, and you know, they can get taken there. But yeah, we'd want to start it off there once again, you know, the lowest income area, and you know, and then just step it out, just like we've been doing this with the events. Do a proof of concept with our events. We'll do the proof of concept with the building, and then we can do a lot more, you know, people can help out. So yeah, just all it takes is one. So we're there now, you know. I feel comfortable, and now I want more growing pains. The growing pains went away, so now it's time to take that leap.
No, like we hear the vision, we for sure see it, man, and I think you're for sure gonna achieve it, man. You're on that road to achieving everything that you want to achieve, bro. So just keep doing what you're doing right now. That positivity, that love that you always bring, bro, and it's all gonna come right back to you always, man.
Appreciate that, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, bro.
Oh yeah, man. Everyone, go follow Brother Bern. Everyone, make sure you subscribe, like this, share this to your friends and family.
Yes,
so
sir.
they could know what's up with RSO.
Yes, sir. Go tap in with Brother Burns, man.
Appreciate you, Brother Bern. Thanks for coming through for such a phenomenal episode.
Yes, sir, my boy, always.
Love.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate you guys. Have a good night, guys.
Stay tuned.
Let's go. That was fire.
Another round of dabs.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And one more blend.